Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Welcome back to the show. We're here with you Monday through Thursday, starting today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or whenever you listen, whenever your local radio or television station runs the show. I want to say hello to a very special new member, Lewis. You know who's up today? Today is Jill Johnson, our good friend Jill Johnson, provider of a whole number of funny images and graphics that she sends. And is she a fan of Krakatoa Metal Band as well? Lewis?
Of course.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who isn't, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So hello to Jill Johnson, a relatively new David Pakman Show member. You can sign up at our website, davidpakman.com. And also a great way to support the show if you don't want to be or can't become a member right now is bookmark the Amazon banner at davidpakman.com and then use it whenever you shop at amazon.com. Easy, simple, pain-free, Lewis.
Pain-free. That's what we're all about.
Exactly. Here's an interesting question I want to pose to you guys because I'm not actually sure about this. I was recently reading the book Accelerando by Charles Stross, okay? And I enjoyed it. It's not one of my favorite books, but it was good. And it brought up an interesting question, and we can apply this to someone who doesn't eat. My example is going to be related to bacon, okay? And this could apply to someone who doesn't eat bacon because they're a vegetarian, or doesn't eat bacon because they eat kosher, or just doesn't eat bacon, okay? If replicators are used to copy a strip of bacon right down to the molecular level, okay, but without ever being part of a pig, is it vegetarian? Is it okay for Jews to eat it if they don't eat pork, okay? So let's go through this line by line. This wouldn't be a soy product that tastes like and resembles bacon, right? This is the idea that we would actually be able to copy matter and replicate it in an identical way. It would be chemically undistinguishable from real bacon. However, you would know it was never actually part of a pig. No animal was killed to produce that strip of bacon. Okay for vegetarians? Okay if you don't eat pork because you eat kosher. Let's go first to Natan on this.
All right. Well, in terms of Jewish people not eating pork, the reason why you're not supposed to eat pork is related to the animal, not to the final product. So if you're not even making this from an animal at all, I would have to say that, I mean, I can't speak for rabbis, what they would say about it, but it doesn't make any sense that it would be prohibited because it's about, you know, how the animal that you're killing.
And the pig is considered unclean.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that and contradictory, but that's the general idea.
Okay.
But for vegetarians,
right.
It depends why you're a vegetarian. But I mean, if you're a vegetarian because you don't want to kill animals, then you're obviously not killing animals to get this.
But you needed to kill the animal from which this strip was copied, right? Initially, it came from, it's a copy of something that did come from an animal.
That's kind of like the embryonic stem cell argument. You're originally taking it from an embryo, but now that you have maybe copied it, should that also be prohibited?
Okay, let's go to Lewis and see what he thinks.
I think basically what Natan said, if you're a vegetarian, it would totally depend on your reasons.
Yeah. There's another question. Let me ask a different vegetarian question though. Is it a vegetarian item? Because it did not come from killing any animal, right? It's a copy of something that did.
It's still a meat item. It's still a meat item.
Okay.
Because it's a copy of meat.
So
it's meat.
So you think replicated bacon, if we could take a machine that was a matter mixer and it could create something identical to bacon, even if it didn't come from an animal, it is still a meat product, it is not vegetarian.
If its composition is exactly the same, then there is no difference. It is meat.
Okay.
And there have been, someone did create meat. There was like a test tube burger. And it's being done by
but
scientists.
Wasn't that made from like feces? I mean, that's
something else
Japanese...
entirely. No,
oh, okay.
Someone did recreate meat. It's being done.
Okay, send me your thoughts on this. I actually am not sure. I don't really have a position on this one. Let me know your thoughts. DavidPakman.com. Contact us. Comment on the YouTube video. Send thoughts on Twitter. I think it's a pretty interesting discussion because as we move forward and maybe have these abilities to create food in this way, it's certainly going to be a question, I think.
Absolutely.